Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of Minecraft Survival. In today's episode we're going to be revisiting an older one. Now in a very early episode we made our chicken vending machine here, which has worked brilliantly now for months. It's been one of our main sources of food since we made it. We've got this version here which I've revised a couple of times on the internals. Then we have our second very compact one or very complicated looking one underneath our main chamber in our base. This one is basically the same as the other one that's out there, except it has to fit into a really complicated web because this one has different systems for flicking it between egg collection and just roast chicken modes. But that's not what we're here to discuss today. Today we're going to be having a look at an ultra slim version that I've come up with. So I was inspired to do this one after watching an episode of Avomance last week where he revisited his chicken farm design based on a design that he'd seen from another channel, which I can't remember their channel, but I will pop Avomance's videos link in the description below so you can go and check it out. One thing I felt though is it seems a little bit overcomplicated, the design. I've made it an ultra slim one which is very simple and it works in both Bedrock and Java edition with no problems. I've tested it in both. But before we go there, because we're going to go and build this example in our brand new building because we have our Redstone Testing Wearhouse. But before I do that, I just want to quickly show you here. You know, a couple of episodes ago we got the beacon. And I said I was going to hollow out a section under our base to expand our storage system. Yeah, I've finished hollowing it out. Originally I was going to do just 2 floors, but then I thought, oh what the heck, and I've put now in spaces for a 3rd floor, so we will have 4 levels worth of storage down here. So we've got that current level up there, we have these ones here which the markers are in for each of those levels, and they are going to go all the way across to the slime farm. I've carved out this whole section here as well because that is the slime farm that we built way back ages ago, just in here. But you'll notice as well, I've made this little scaffolding area in the middle. This is going to be left as an open chamber so we can fly in and out of our storage system. And that's going to be coming up in the next week or so. I don't know if I'll show building it because it's the exact same process as what we built here, except it's going to be on these multiple levels here, just basically duplicating it. And I've got nowhere near enough hoppers at the moment. I have 2.5 chests or rather shulker boxes full of hoppers that I've been slowly grinding to get all the wood that we need to build the chests, just to put to turn them into hoppers. But as soon as I've got all of that, we will be coming back and building our ridiculously oversized storage system. Sorry, I'm having a little bit of difficulty taking off here. Here we go. And you see we can we can come in, we can glide down into each of our levels. But enough of that, we want to build our ultra slim chicken vending machine. So we're going to hop out of here, we're going to fly up, and you'll see our brand new warehouse that we've built. I've remodeled this here as well. If we just scroll down here, this is our redstone testing shed. Let's just fly another way around that. It's a nice big structure, and I'll take a little look inside and you can see what it is that we've got in here. So you'll see in here, first of all, we are down 1 block, and that is so that anything that we do in here, if it involves water or lava, potentially not so much because of the wooden structure, it means that it won't flow out of here. Everything will be contained down here in this system. We have plenty of boxes, storage, we have shulker boxes, we have these workstations in the corner so we can smelt things, we can craft things, we can sleep. We also have brewing stations, we have anvils, we have more storage with just some bits and bobs in there. We have plenty of scaffolding so that we can get above our various things that we're building. And on the floor we have 4 sections. Each of these are 10 by 10, and each of them are all marked so we can count how many blocks that we're building things in. And yeah, this is going to be a really cool place, I think, to build our redstone experiments. And it also means I don't have to keep running back and forth between Redstone Testing World because we have the resources to build here. So let's crack on with the actual designs. These are two slight variants on our ultra compact designs, and you can see here I've done them in a cross-section format. So here we have the grass blocks that represents the ground level, and we can see here that this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 3 design. Most of everything is all contained in this one row here, but we just need to expand out for the laying chamber and for some glass. You could of course build the laying chamber above if you want to, but I think this design is quite nice, it's quite compact. And if we hop up the scaffolding here, you can see here the design that we have here. It's very simple in this design. We have our laying chamber over there, and we compact this by using trapdoors. Of course, it's a lot more efficient if you just use regular regular blocks, but I wanted to make this as slim as possible, so we've used trapdoors to do this, and we have 4 chickens in there. In fact, let's go up the scaffolding here. It's brilliant, this scaffolding. It's totally changer for redstone demonstrations. But if we open this, we have 4 chickens in there, and the way we've positioned the doors is making a completely slim line with the outer block here to keep it to within that 3 range. And the way this simply works is the chickens in that chamber lay the egg, it comes down into the dispenser, the comparator here detects that there's something in there, which powers this redstone, which powers this block. You see, I've used these slabs because these are one of my favourite blocks to work with. You can't just use any block, it's just any decorative block here, just a solid block there. And what happens is when that charges, it powers this piston, which pushes this observer across, and when these 2 observers face each other, they create a little pulsing signal which will push anything out of there into here. And here we have, in the combustion chamber, we'll call it, the baby chickens will sit here, and they are too small. So they will get, when they grow up to adults though, they will then hit the lava, burn, and we will be able to collect in the bottom there any of the chicken. As I said, this sort of cross section that we've got here, so this will be the ground level. You only need to be 1 block down. This is my favourite of the 2 designs, but we're going to have a quick look at the other design now. It's very similar, except it doesn't dig down this one. In this design, if we just come up here, you see we have, in this case, I've put a double egg laying chamber to show you how one of those would look. And it's pretty much exactly the same, except rather than it powering the block down, we have it coming around to this sticky piston. The sticky piston is always powered, and when it is unpowered, it will become unpowered when a signal is detected from this comparator, which will power this, which will unpower that, which will then cause this piston to get retracted. When the piston's retracted, you get the same pulsation, except this time that pulse has to go into a redstone, which then powers this block, which then powers this dispenser to push it in. So it's a little bit more complicated. I came up with this design first, and then I thought, what on earth am I doing with that? I can make it much tighter by doing it this way, by flipping it around. And plus as well, it allows you a little bit more streamline of the laying chambers, because with this design, the redstone doesn't allow you to have the flush trapdoor here. These have to go out here, otherwise they start flapping like crazy. I'll just show you from above here. So we'll open up this laying chamber, and you can see here we've got 8 chickens in there, and that sort of levels can sustain you really indefinitely. I'll tell you what, let's grab a couple of eggs. I don't want to use too many. Where did I put them? Right, let's just take a few and we'll split them between them so you can see it working. So what we're going to do is I'm going to put, can I reach that across there? Nope. Right, so we'll just put 4 of these in the dispenser, and you'll see that happens, and that pushes it there. So we've got 1 chicken which is waiting for us on there, and this one is the exact same theory. If I just come up close, pop those in there, see that gets unpowered, and that's it. It's a really nice, simple, slim design. So next what we're going to do is we are going to go and build one of these, but it's going to be a slight hybrid between the 2. We're going to build this design here, but with a double egg chamber. Because I still think that's the best design. You can of course make the egg laying chamber as big as you want, and I would really recommend, instead of using trapdoors, just to use regular blocks. And you see here I have a little cutout area here to illustrate the ground, like what we've done in this cross-section design over here. So let's hop over, And this is everything we need to build today. I don't really need that. I don't really need, or I might need, no, I don't need the axe. Or second thought, no, I probably will need it. This is the layout of everything. It looks like there's a lot of things in here, but there really isn't, because I've actually laid this out in the shape that you will need to build this design. So we're going to gather up all of these, and you'll be able to see in the lower part, I should say that those dirt blocks were there just for illustrating where that was. Let's pop all of this into our inventory, and you can see really what all the stuff is that we need. So there we go. That is everything that you need there to build this. So we have 6 glass. We've got the lava bucket, which I'm actually going to leave there in case a creeper comes into the shed. We need, well, technically you only need 1 slab. I've just got the extra slabs because that's how many decorative blocks that we're going to use. We're going to use six, if I can get it out there, 6 trapdoors. We have 3 hoppers, a dispenser. It's going to be a dispenser. We have the 1 slab that we need. We have observers, 2 of them, a redstone comparator, 1 dot of redstone, a chest, and a sticky piston. And I would recommend having some blocks just for building, because there's going to be a little bit of it's a little bit of complication which is caused by observers and dispensers. They're the main culprit in causing issues. I suppose sticky pistons do the same thing as well, cause a little bit of bother. Just for placing them down, because it can be a little bit awkward to place down. So first of all, let's put our chest there. So that is where our output is going to be. And then I'm just going to use this so I can pick objects quicker. We will shift click and pop that into there. And next up we are going to have to dig a little hole, because we need to go down 2 so that we can pop in our observer facing the right direction. Because when you place an observer, it's the red dot that is going to face you every time. So we need to get underneath it, because as you can see here, our red dot needs to be facing down over. And the easiest ways to do that, I suppose, we'll just put a block there, and we'll come underneath and we will shift click under that, and then we can just go and collect that block from up here. So next I'm just going to place our next observer on top. Might as well just pop it in there, and a sticky piston, which we will pop there, and that will get powered in a few moments, and it will retract. Because you see at the moment, if I just click on that and we pop our dispenser on there, that is going to just keep clicking. So let's fill in the hole down here so we can get our floor back, all of the floor. Pop our blue ones and get our green ones back in there. And next up we're going to put in the laying chamber, because we need to put in some extra blocks just to help us construct our structure. So I'll tell you what, we'll get that there, and just while we're here, we're going to shift click and put 1 slab on top of here, because this is where the chickens are going to sit. And this would just be decorative blocks that you would need in here, just full blocks. I'm using slabs, as I said, just because I like them. Slabs are one of my favourites. So next off, let's get our trapdoors. Now this is where things get a little bit weird. Yeah, so we shift click. So the first ones are shift clicked from this angle. And next is where things get a little bit weird, because we're going to have to place blocks, the other way around, in order to get these on. Let's try that again. We need to come in at all different angles, and it means placing construction blocks in all different places to get these to go in the right spots. So let's just put another block there, and see, this is where the scaffolding comes in useful. So we can just hop up here, and there's that one there. And next we will shift click and pop these 2 on here, and that's it. That is our egg laying chamber technically done, because it will be sealed in from glass from this side, and there will be some more just blocks on top of here. Right, so next we will get rid of our construction blocks, I'll just get rid of that scaffolding there because we can always easily pop it back on. So there we go. So we have the basic structure for that there. Let's seal that in there with a block. I should have really powered that so that we could stop that clicking. Next up though, we just need our last redstone components. So we need to come in here and I will just jump and press that, and then that's our bit of redstone there. And then I'm just going to put a rocket in there, which I probably shouldn't have fired. I didn't realise I was going to fire that far, but that's just stopped that clicking there. So that is most of this done. Now I'm just going to grab some glass and pop these in here, and we'll shift click to get that on there, and then just in here, and just before I put that last one down, we will now grab our lava bucket because this is technically it done. I'm going to need a little bit of scaffolding to get back up, but we'll do it from this side because we will use it as a loader. So let's hop up here and put our last bit of glass in. We will pop our lava in there and take a construction block and pick up one of them and then put that there. Get rid of the construction block, and that is essentially it. We now need to load this. This is the really tricky part. I mean, apart from putting these in the right place, the really tricky part is going to be now getting the chickens in there. So let's gather up all of the eggs. Let's exit out of there. We will clear this and fill as much as our inventory there as we can with eggs, just for the purposes of building. Yeah, we don't need any of that either. So there we go. Now you can, if we just go back up here, we can just keep throwing eggs here, and eventually, oh, we'll get one. Probably better to do it maybe from a different angle, because with this being so tight, we run the risk of losing some of the... Oh, see, if you click too quickly, we end up throwing one out because of how tight we've compacted this. Now you can't get a dispenser and just have them drop in. Oh, we lost another one. But a far simpler method is temporary blocks until you get everything in and sorted. So we've got now here, we have the extra space, as long as you're careful not to hit them whilst they're landing. How many have we got there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just get a couple more. Nudge that one in. And any more? Just one more. You do need a lot of eggs just in case. So there we go. So that is us loaded. I think that was 10 that we put in there. Let's just get our shovel and remove these temporary blocks to load it with the chickens. As you can use another dispenser, and you can have a little system to flick them in. I just prefer myself just to throw them in. Let's just get rid of these guys that are running around, the ones that escaped. And what will happen now is they will grow up. That takes a little bit of time. We have, like I said, the double egg laying chamber, so you can fit more in there, because you can fit a lot more in there. And then it's just a case of waiting for them to grow. Now I'll just stick a stack in here, so there we'll get some in there. I don't know how long these guys have been here for, but eventually, I said, they will grow up, and you'll get plenty of chicken. And that's probably one of the easiest ways of automating food manufacturing. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that little look there. I said these are quite nice little cross sections. We're going to be doing probably lots of redstone experiments in our new building here. Let's just have a quick... Oh, I've got some things to fly around. Let's have another quick fly around at our new build. So you see, I've copied the design over to the iron farm that doesn't work properly. Let's just fly back out again. And yeah, so you can see our Redstone Testing Wearhouse. in the distance there. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed that there. I think it's quite a nice little compact design. It's really easy to get. The only thing might be, obviously, you need a bit of quartz there for the comparator. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. Don't forget to rate, comment, favourite and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.